Mhm. All right, I think we're going. Maybe we're not. There we go. Okay, I am live. So, what we're doing today is we've been having a pretty good time with the Shadows of Brimstone stuff. So, we're going to continue working on the Swamp of Death, some of the expansions, I believe the Hell Vermin, um, the Masters of the Void, which we have a bunch over here, and a couple over there, Hell Vermin there, these Hellbats. I don't know what these are, some more tentacles. The zombies I just barely got together. What a pain in the neck putting those together. Absolutely brutal. They were not fun. And of course, the big dude here, the big baddie. So I don't know how much we'll get done with him, but we might try to give it a bit of a whirl. I'm just gonna keep him over there because I don't know what to do with him yet. This guy I do know, and he will play a pivotal part when the kids and I play next. We've really been enjoying this game. This is a great, great game. So there you go. So the whole idea is to keep him centered, which I will. And that's what we're going to do. So I know I started a little early, but hey, why not? Figure start early, end early. All right, this bottle is finally almost done. It's lead belcher. So we're going to really use up the last of it, which is very exciting for me because I have another one. And that one was getting kind of weak. So I'm just going to take, and on this, I'm going to be very particular on how I do this. So I'm very lightly. If you see, I'm not scrubbing it in there, but I am making sure because I don't want to lose so much of that blackness, that black undertone. Now I'm going to wash this, of course, but I want to get this really in there. Let me adjust my headpiece here. There we go. I'm wearing my glass helmet, so that's how we're going to do this today. Hey Tony, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Oh boy, this is exciting. I'm going to be all done with this bottle finally. It's one last one I have to. And you can tell, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking my brush, and I'm not smathering the paint on as much as I'm kind of tickling the surface with it. But I want to make sure I get all of this guy, because we should be able to paint a good amount of these guys tonight, believe it or not, and be done with it. Because the kids and I are playing this like fiends. This is such a fun game. We had such a good time with it. I just taped all my segments this afternoon, so I've got nothing the whole weekend, which is great. So if you guys haven't noticed, I put up a War and Pieces, the very first one. It's not very detailed, but what it's supposed to do is just kind of teach the beginner, hey, this is what a chit looks like. And taking a look at Tactics 2, which is probably the best game to start with. Oh boy, this is kind of muddy here. Oh, I didn't realize the bottom of that barrel was the bottom of the barrel. Oh boy, so um, we've had such a good time with this. I mean, our characters, well, my character is level 2. Matter of fact, we all just turned level 2. Um, and I don't even know how we survived the first one. And we're in the middle of the second episode. We're playing City of Ancients first, and that one really is a lot of fun. Pete Jones, what's up, my brother? Been sick for the last 10 days, so finally nice to get back and watch Rob live. I'm glad you're feeling a lot better. I didn't know you were sick, and nobody, I thought you fell off the face of the earth. I'm just glad to hear you're okay. Kurt, I'm very glad to see you're okay. You're somebody that's been on my mind, especially being from Belgium. Ah, how the world has changed. Actually, it hasn't really changed much. Same sick people, just different ways of being sick. My thoughts and prayers are with everyone, and I was going to make a video about it, but I figured everybody was, and I just wanted to leave well enough alone. They know, the people who I know from Belgium know that I've wrote them and made sure that everybody's okay, especially Kurt. Glad he's fine. You're using the same pressure as you would dry brushing with that lead belcher. That is correct, my friend. One quick question. Have you done anything with the AVP miniatures to make them stick better? There are some very delicate parts on these miniatures. Phew, yeah, it's a real, they're really difficult. I didn't do anything different except just use, let me show you what I used. Uh, did I throw it out? No, I didn't because it's empty. This is what I use. I really like this Loctite super glue. It's very good. Very good. And it seemed to do it does it very quick, and it's very good. So basically, let's get down to business here. You're welcome, Kurt, anytime. All right. So what I tried to do with this, and of course I'm not done with that whole thing, even though I painted this whole guy. Doggone it. I just very lightly went over it. But I wanted to make sure that I went very lightly so I wouldn't get any brush marks. So there we go. We got him. Now you think he's done? No. No way. Not in my world, my friend. Not in my world. But he will be done tonight, that's for sure. And I still got just enough in there for something else. So guess what? Guess it's not going. Okay, I use plastic glue. That might be a problem. Yeah, pretty much. I would use a super glue, and that's the best way to do it because it bonds quickly, and that'll help you out a lot. I've been touched by all the worried messages of friends, Twitter friends, and YouTube followers. You guys are all awesome. Well, thank you, Kurt. I'm sure everybody in the audience who knows you and knows that you've been around here with us. See, I don't get to open up the new lead belcher that I have. Well, there you go. Or this one. I must have 5 of them. All right, so we're going to let this big guy dry. So we're going to push him off to the side. So what should we tackle next? Now, see how nice and shiny he is? He's not there yet, but we're headed there. Trust me. Well, we got these hellhounds, and they look kind of interesting. Maybe we'll hit them. These guys are nasty. 4 defense and 40 health, and that's on the light one. 60 on the... Yeah, okay. All right, we're not going to worry about that. Should we go right to the void? Saucer. Will he play a role? He might, Rabbit, he might. Let's get these out of the way. What to do, what to do, what to do. Well, we can do that. We can use... I think we can use a Nagoth Knight I think that'd actually be pretty good to work on this. So why don't we do that? And then we'll put over a kind of cruddy green, but when we get to the green, we'll actually use the same green on our bats. Oh boy, I don't have the thing for those guys. I need those. All right, hold on, guys. I gotta open up a box. I got so much stuff I've purchased lately that it does take a while to get to everything. All right, those guys kind of look cool. Oh, here we go. All right, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so we want to save that green because, well, no, we're not going to use green on the big guy because we're going to do something with him. These guys look like they're going to be a pain because they're going to be red and then they're going to have yellow highlights, so we can worry about them. See, that's where we'll put the green. There we go. Now we got it all figured out. Where are they? Okay, they're over there. Okay. Zombies we're not worried about. We've painted those 100 times. And I guess these are just, I guess they're coming out with these eventually, so we'll worry about those later. All right, so now we got a game plan. That's the way we roll. So let us start with our void. Our void guy there. Because this is kind of a dark stone purple. Well, we can use that up top there. And then just dry brush over it. They're making this difficult for me. All right, let's just go with it. I'm being daring. If I don't like it, I can just go back over it, right? Right. All right. So we're gonna take, yeah, that looks pretty good because then I can just dry brush over it with a light blue and really bring it out. So I'm gonna use a heavier brush here for this because we're just gonna smother this on here. I'm gonna put a little in my thingamabobber there, add a little water to it, add a little bit more, and there we go. So we're just gonna go over these guys real quick, fast as lightning. I'm gonna try not to get too much all over the place because we do have to go over it with the green once it dries. So there we go. Let's see if I can do this at the same time. Rob, since you own Clan Wars, have you ever played Legend of the Five Rings RPG? Not the RPG. I played the card game. With all those thematic and miniature heavy games, I imagine you may have at least tried an RPG. To be honest with you, no. I wanted to. I was almost sucked into um, Pathfinder until I went to a convention and I talked to somebody and I went, okay, this is why I don't play role-playing games. Um, I know plenty of people that play them and they're great people, but there are just some that, you know, you couldn't find good ones in my area, so I just kind of let it go. Um, I do love RPGs. I just think that I almost rather do it with the miniatures because I'm a big miniature guy. So there you go. After your enthusiasm, I've been considering getting Shadows of Brimstone. Make sure you watch the Dice Tower and this channel for my review of Shadows of Brimstone. That's right, folks. The game they said would never be reviewed on the Dice Tower, I did. I taped it today, matter of fact. I wanted to get all my taping done. So I have a nice long weekend. So I did my segments. I got home nice and early and I got right to work on it. So there you go. Myself, but it's a bit too pricey for my wallet, but I've enjoyed watching it all here. I'll tell you, it's such a great game. We were shocked over it. I mean, you can finish your thing, and then you have to try to get back to town. And it's almost as dangerous getting back to town as it is going into the mine. And then when you're in town, things just don't let up. I mean, it's one of those games where you're just sitting there going, oh man. The only thing bad I'm going to say about it, number one, well, I'm going to say two things bad about it. Number one, these miniatures are impossible in the core set, at least, to put together. I mean, they were just brutal. It took me an entire day because they needed to be trimmed. I mean, I've never seen anything with so much trim work that had to be done. It was it was very not stressful, but it was a pain in the neck. Let's just leave it at that. All right. At vet, kind of hard dropping that coin, being unsure if you can get it to the table. Yeah, exactly. But you could play it alone, and that's where it works. I mean, this game works very well alone, and it's very exciting. I'm telling you right now, you would enjoy it. I think I'm coming down with something too. I think I might take a chance on the others from Cool Mini or not. Those models just look too amazing. I haven't seen it. I don't get excited about anything until about a month beforehand. Um, I just can't. Speaking of which, I got an email from a gentleman who has a Kickstarter for a new dungeon game. Oh God, I gotta find out. I promised the guy I'd make a video about it. Um, he just sent me the link to it, and it's on Kickstarter. Well, it's coming on Kickstarter in April, and it really looks kind of cool because it looks as detailed as this game, but even bigger. And I mean big. So I was kind of like, okay, I think you got me here, but it's not some, I don't, it's not coming out till February 17th, so I can't get too excited about it or want to suck my money into it. At least I'm not sure yet. How about those Stealer theme? Huh? Rob, is the flash of painting? Oh, now I have a mental picture of him in a flash suit. Oh, flash of painting. I get it. We were thinking of doing I was thinking of doing a cosplay with the girls because the big convention down here is coming, which is MegaCon, and they want me to be Killer Croc. Then they want me to be Captain Boomerang. Then I wanted to be Nova. Then I wanted to be Doctor Doom. But none of the stuff I can get done in time, which is too bad. So, maybe next year. But I was also looking if I could get a Flash outfit. And I thought, oh, see, these stupid things don't glue very well. Ugh, that's annoying. See, it's things like this that frustrate me because, you think you'd try to make it a little flat so you can get it on there. But no, we've got to make things difficult for me. That's all right. That's all right. We play Edge of Empire in your area. Oh, okay. Not a big Star Wars guy, believe it or not. I'm one of probably the only few that aren't. Let's see here. Yeah. Shadows of Brimstone is almost an RPG, anyways. Very true. Very true. And when you have something like this, it really is an RPG, but it's just so much fun. And you're exactly right because there's just like dice rolling every 5 seconds, but you just don't have somebody Monty Hall on you, you know, and being stupid. That's the worst part. All it takes is one guy to ruin an experience for everybody. All right, we'll put that guy aside. Okay, you better. You're on there. Good, good. See, I got a little too heavy-handed with the brush. I'll just go lighter this time. There we go. Hulk smash. Do, do, do. Let's see. Yeah. Game sounds awesome. It is. Hello, Robert. Well, hello, Kevin. Bro, you would be a killer Captain America. Well, we looked at that too. But I decided that I'm just gonna go and have fun. And I may just let them dress me up however they want. I don't know. I haven't. It's still 2 months away, so we haven't even discussed it that much. Plus, I'm a little mad at Mimi anyways, because she was a little bit of a brat this weekend. So, when you're a brat, you get the wrath of dad, and that's not good. So I'm not talking to her at this moment. She will not sass back her mom. There you go. It's as simple as that. Actually, she's a very good kid, but I'm tough on her. I gotta be. That's who I am. All right, boom, boom, boom. All right, we're moving along here pretty good. Before you know it, we'll be done. Like I said, I think a lot of times I can sit down and get things done in about 2 hours if I just sit and I plan things out. What? And I don't hit the camera. All right, let's get it. There we go. Stay. Sorry about that. All right. Main thing is to get the base coat on and then go from there. Highlights are easy. If you have a game plan, anything can be done. And that, my friends, is the truth. All right, main idea is try to stay away from the mouth, which I'm doing just fine. Hey, Jamstrat, how are you? Colossus. Yeah, we just got to make the armor, right? Rob, are there any Euro games you like? Oh, yeah. I played, oh, I have a lot of Euro games. The one I like lately, believe it or not, everybody always complains about this Feld guy, but I played this game a couple weeks ago at the prototype convention. And they broke it out and they all wanted to play it, and it was a Feld game. It was called Aqua Spear. I really liked it a lot. I had a good time with that. What other Euro games do we like? There's a few of them that I like. Um, Marco Polo, I like. Francis Drake, we liked. Um, oh boy, I can't think off the top of my head here. I'm looking at the pile of insurmountable games. Trying to see all the Euro games. Of course, of course, this side there's all American games and war games. Battle of the Bulge times three. I'm really excited about some of the stuff that I've taped for War and Pieces in the future here. I've got about 4 episodes in the can. I just got, well, not in the can, but I've got all the pieces taped to it. I just got to edit it. I went on site of a few places and really, really, I think I did some of my best work. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right, so what else do we got here while I'm drying this brush? You're making my chest workout fly by. Thank you. Enjoying it. Oh, you're welcome. So, SOB is good solo. Do you play solo games often? Very much so. Um, what do I play solo? I play um the card game. Oh my god. I played Cards of Cthulhu. I played Zombicide by myself. I played Wrath of Ashalon by myself. Um, oh God, the Pathfinder card game. I played that by myself a lot, especially since the kids don't like it for some reason. I can't figure that one out. All right, now we're going to take Lauren Flesh. And since these guys are drying over here, and we're going to let them dry, we are going to get these 6 guys kablooey Louie. So let's do that right now. We're going to stick with our big brush. We're going to stick with our big brush. There we go. Get a little water in there. Do a little of that. Do a little of that. Mix that around a little bit. And maybe just put a little bit more because we're going to need quite a bit. And maybe just a hair more. I don't want it too thin. There we go. All right, just put that over there. Pick up a creature and go to work. Have you played Robinson Crusoe? Oh, I like that one too. I just didn't see it. That's a good game. Very good game. All right. Now I kind of want to be careful around the mouth here because actually I don't have to be, but all we want to do is just get nice and easy. Don't want to lose too much of the black. Not worried about it. With the big brush, we're just working all the primary colors in here. Just working them in there. There we go. Robinson is my #1 game. I like that game. It's a very fun game. It's hard too. I like hard games. I played Besieged alone. A lot of people don't like that game. That's all right. I like I played King's Armory, which I think is very good, by John Root. Rot. I always screw up the poor guy's name. He just had a big Kickstarter and he was very successful. I'm very happy for him. I was hoping to promote it a little bit, but unfortunately he did not get the art to me in time. So I can show you guys what the game was about. I was looking for some art, or if he would, I was hoping he would send it to me in time, and it was just too late. The Kickstarter was already done. I felt horrible. He's a very nice man, and he made that King's Armory is so much fun. Love that game. All right, we're gonna need some more paint. What the heck? Why am I off? What is your favorite CDG? I personally love Here I Stand. For something light I go with Sword of Rome or Washington's War. Uh, hmm. What is a CDG? I'm sorry, I don't understand a lot of. The funny thing is I don't understand a lot of the lingo, but I play a lot of games. Let's put it that way. I just don't study them, unfortunately. There we go. Let's get all that off. I just see something I like and I play it, and I play it until I can't see. All right, there we go. Come on, big boy. There we go. Don't want to forget any part of this guy. We want to do this fella justice. All right, so that's 2. Here's number 3. Hi Rob, have you heard anything of GF9's tank miniature skirmish? I just saw that today. I'm very, very interested in that. It's supposed to play in under 20 minutes or something like that, which I'm kind of like, oh, okay, that doesn't sound much fun. But I wonder if that's just tank on tank. I don't mind, simplicity brought into games, but I'll be honest with you. I like it to last a little bit longer. Give me about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And that, I think, is enough time for a tank battle. I mean, because you want to think a little bit. I mean, you just don't want to go, okay, well, you're in range, boom, you're dead. What's the fun of that? You want to outthink somebody, outmaneuver someone. That's the point of playing the game in the first place. See who the better general is. All right. Underneath his chin. There we go. There, there. And I think this is number 3. There we go. Number 3. Trying to get these done because we're going to be playing all weekend, according to the children. They informed me. Dad, we're playing all weekend. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Whew. There we go. Let me just get a drink here. You know I'm definitely coming down with something. That feels good. Cold water is the best. Best thing for you. All right. So, let's see. Card-driven war games. Oh. My most favorite card-driven war game is a game that does not exist, and I don't think anybody's ever heard of. It is a, oh God. It was made by Upper Deck. I think, oh God, I know I have it over here somewhere. I just don't want to dig it out. It is a World War II game. It was made about 20 years ago. Is it the, oh God. See now I gotta look. Now I gotta look. Is it over here? Nope, nope, not on this side. Doggone it. Oh, I wish I can think of the name of it. It was so good because the way it played was that you had to deal out 9 towns, and then the Americans got a whole bunch of got cards, and then you got cards, and then you had resources, and you could only play the cards out by resource, but they moved in between the 9 cards. So you had artillery that can go 2 lanes, and yeah, it was just such a great game. And you rolled dice. So Tiger had a lot of dice, and Sherman's had lesser dice, and they would take wounds and stuff like that. You had a ton of dice to play the game. Oh my God, that game was so much fun. Oh, if I can remember what the heck the name of the game is. It's going to drive me nuts now. Oh, from here to Berlin? No, that's not it. It's an old Upper Deck World War II game. If somebody Googles it, I'd appreciate it. I just can't do it right now because guess what? I'm painting. I have it. I bought everything for it. It was made by, I think it was either Flair or Upper Deck. Oh God, this is going back maybe 20 years. Okay, let's see. Have you tried to, okay, I've always been amazed by the quality you can do and how fast. Great stuff. Well, thank you very much. I do, I don't know. I just don't know how I do it. I just have a knack to paint fast, and while other things are drying, I can paint other things. I just line everything up, and it just, everything goes very quickly. And I can show you guys, and you guys can slow it down, and you guys maybe can do the same thing. You know, because you don't want to spend weeks and weeks and weeks painting things. You know, sometimes, you know, it does take weeks and weeks. I mean, God, I know what I went through with Blood Rage. I don't ever want to see another copy of that game ever again. I'm tired of it. Next week, I'm looking forward to what I'm going to do with Rebellion. That's going to be fun. As soon as I get it in my hands. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to put that on the Dice Tower Live. We're going to do a live rebuild of Rebellion. And I don't even want to play the game. I'm just going to put it together and maybe auction it off. Or give it to Sam. Okay, that's 5. And here we go, number 6. And then I got enough paint to go back over and just check everything twice. Make sure it's nice. Alright, card-driven game. Okay, I answered that. How many games in your huge collection are still unplayed and shrink-wrapped? I'd say about 60%. 60% of them easy. There are just hundreds of games that have not been opened, that have that new car smell. What is the name of the Kickstarter game? I got interrupted. Oh God, I think it's Dungeon. I've got to look it up. I'm going to do a video on it, and I'm going to put all the information in the video. I'm just talking about it right now. Oh boy, my voice is going to go on me. We use the Battle Cry board gaming rules and use 20 mil figures on a tabletop. We use the Advanced Battle Cry Deluxe variant off the Geek. Oh, that's cool. See? I've got to cover that too. I got a lot of things I got to do. Oh, there's always something to do. It's coming up on convention season too. Painting Arcadia Quest right now, doing Elf Archer and his arrows is like 30 degrees off when it goes in his hand. OCD, or should the sculptor catch that? I don't know. They do what they can. You know, when it's for a board game, they don't really look as much as if it's for a miniatures game, I think. So, well, you know, these are just cosmetic. Okay, well, did you ever think that some board gamers are also miniature gamers? And that's why a lot of these games are becoming very, very popular. Because you're crossing two realms? Maybe? Nah, I don't think you guys would think that. I hope to get Rebellion very soon as well, and follow your painting instructions. Trevin, so is there an all-purpose wash that works with all colors? Well, new oil, or do I have to get green wash, gray wash, etc.? I think you have to get all the washes because they give you certain looks, and that's what you want to go for. Trevin, black and brown washes can pretty much get you everywhere. Yep, very true. Other colors are more flavor. Yeah, exactly. See, I'm just going to let Tony answer all the questions for me. Me, I'm just going to paint. Tony's been awesome with that lately. Answering it before I can get to it. All right, that's those guys. So, do we want to backtrack on something? Or do we keep going? Well, I think since we're on such a tear, I think what we should do is, since we have this green out and we're still working this green a bit, is, if I can find the right brush, paint these brothers up. Time to put on the helmet of justice. Let's just get some green on those tentacles. I'm sorry I have to turn this way, guys. Alright, gonna need a little more here. Actually, I'm gonna put this off to the side here so I can just take as much as I need. Ugh. Come on. Come on, guys, don't get in my way. There we go. There we go. Alright, so Work that in there. You just want to be careful. All I want to do is just kind of dance this around a little bit. I'm not too concerned with how well I get it in there. There's a reason for that. The reason for everything I think I do. Now, these guys are going to be a pain in the neck. Okay, yeah, see this guy isn't 100% dry. So this might not be the best idea in the world. There we go. Don't worry about getting, especially when you're painting with this guy here, you know, don't worry about getting it on the sword because we're going to go, I mean on the knife or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to go over that anyways. Alright. Let's get in there. There we go. We're gonna do some things with this anyways. And bring it right to life. That's the fun of it. Okay. Now let's get around his wrist there. And there's his thumb. May have to go back over that. But we're going to try to be as careful as we can. Thank God there's only 3 of these guys. That book's going to be a pain in the neck. See, I probably should have done this green last. Well, I'm going to have to go over it again. Hate to say it. Oh. Boom. Get over there. All right, I think we're going to put that off because that guy's still kind of wet. Plus, there's other things that I want to hit before that. So let's clear off this brush. Put this brush over here. Well, let's get back to this guy. Well, he's looking kind of gray. What would I do if I was me? Well, I know what I'm going to do. Let's see. Thanks, Tony. I picked up a secondhand copy of AVP at a war game show a couple weeks back. All the figures were already made using Rob Orne's method of painting aliens. Oh, cool. Really? I have green dinosaurs that need wash for scales and plum for smoke that I want to look real. Black wash might work for both figures, correct. My go-to wash are New Oil and Agrax Earthshade. Very much so, Pete. Look at you, Pete. You're coming back. You were sick. Now you're back. I mean, just like that. Boom. Pete answering questions. That's what Pete does. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so speaking of go-to washes, let's talk about some. Where did it go? I had one. That's not it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's been one of those days. Alright, so let's move that out, and okay, I think we got just enough in here to do this. We're going to take some new oil, because we've been talking about washes, why not? Let's just go there, let's do this. Alright, and we are just, oh, there we go. Getting this guy all dark and stuff again. So we're just going to take some of this new oil, and we're just going to wash our big boy down here like it was Sunday and it was bath time. Get behind his ears, everything. And I'm not too worried about really getting this in there heavy. I want to get it in some of the joints here, over his hands, which are as important, but I really want to move this around. I don't want it pulling up. There we go. I want to get this and just see what I'm doing there. See how I'm just taking and moving it around. I'm not letting it pool in anywhere. trying to move it down off into his elbows here. And just getting that nice dark look so he can dry for about 20 minutes. What is it, 6:30? Look at all we got done in a half hour. Not bad, not bad. Off to a pretty good start here today. And if you are a Shadows of Brimstone fan, and you are going to have a good idea on how quickly you can get this all done. Alright, so we're just moving this around, and we want to get this guy we want to do this wash first because we're going to get him done pretty quickly. Because we've got about 2 more things to do on this guy, and then we're going to say, hey, you are ready for the battlefield, my friend. You're ready to go to the plateau and smash all those heroes to smithereens. Alright, so you see I moved that around nice. Now it'll all settle in, and let's just put that over in the corner here. Let it dry. Alright, so while we've got that drying, why don't we put another base coat of something on, since we are so full of vinegar today. And I think best thing to do is dry off our brush. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Thanks, guys. Just make sure you keep working them to avoid odd splotches. Well, I do keep working them, but I don't worry about it too much because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. That once it dries, even if there's the splotches, it's all going to come together. You'll see what I'm doing. You want an even coat, you can always add more and do spot treatment in the darkest spots. Very true. Just bought some Agrat's Earthshade from a local shop to test out. Cool. I still really haven't graduated past the floor stain dip method. Boy, I won't do that. I don't know why. I ordered the full GW wash set from Amazon under 40 bucks. I think 8 in all. That's very good. Big guy is really a cool mini. Yeah, he is. I've been looking at those sets too, Tony. I've been using Army Painter washes, so I'm curious to compare. I think they're both very, very good. Those look like the most economical way to get some Citadel paints. Yeah, going through Amazon or find them on eBay. My wife bought me like a $200 set for like 50 bucks, and she was able to find a bunch of them. She is just a saint. Can you do a video about blending paints and making gradual transitions between colors? I did that not too long ago on a mini. I've not had much luck mixing to get a shade I had in mind, and my transitions are terribly abrupt. Why don't you email me, NovaPrime860, take a picture of the miniature, and let me see if I can help you privately if you like. I'm good like that, as everybody knows here. Might grab the base layer set too. Reviews seem like the dry set is the only thing to avoid, Jan. Thanks for the heads up. Who will play Overload? There is no Overlord in this game. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. Let's get these 6 guys, while everybody else is kind of drying, under control. So we're going to take these guys here, and I'm trying to remember what paint I used for them. I think, and I'm pretty positive, I went with the Sotek Scale Green. Yes, I believe I did. And I'm going to do the same thing for our Hellhounds while we're at it, because I think that'll match up as a good color for our Hellhounds. Tentacle blue. Okay. All right. There we go. We got a game plan. Look at this. Look at me. It's like I've been here before. Oh my God. There are some paints I've got to pick up. As a matter of fact, this week. All right, let's just get a little of this over here. All right. Here we go. Let me put that up. Let me move these guys over into here. This guy over there. So we have some room. You guys dry over here. We're not going to talk to you guys for a while. Boy, they want to be in the camera. They're camera hogs. In the meantime, we got to get to the X and get some work done. And all we're going to do is go boom, 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 boom. There we go. And just like that, and just like that, we're in business. How do you like that, guys? It's good to have extra of these because these guys attack all the time. We like smacking these guys around. Good, come out of the ground. Boop. Here's my 6-shooter in your grill. Take that, boy. Okay. Thanks much, Rob. It's becoming a tradition, but I have to watch the rest of the video later. That's okay. Uh, Nobody says you got to stay for the whole show, folks. You don't even have to stay for the whole show. You can just watch it later. There we go. Yeah, the Q&A thing, I thought was a pretty smart idea to kind of push it off. Because how much can you guys really ask every week, you know? And I think just the Q&A thing, some of the live playthroughs, you know, we're going to try to just gauge a game first before we do it. So those will probably be every other week, maybe every week if they want to. It depends on the game, depends what we're up to and what we want to do. Good night, Kurt. I hope you have a great night. Wow, no OL. Can't wait to see you guys play. Okay, see you, buddy. Yeah, see you. Good night, Pete. Good night, Tony. Hey, Joe, how you doing? How's that little guy of yours? Hope he's doing all right. We've got to finish up a figure, so I'm thinking maybe Tuesday night. And I won't get caught up with work, so that'll be good. I think I would enjoy that very much so. As I promised the little guy. And I don't break promises. Let's see. If you don't mind, another question on AVP. Do you store the miniatures in the box or separately? Separately. That box is useless. That's the only really bad thing about that game. I wish it was a deep box, but it's like this very, very thin box, and it's not good for anything. Doesn't even hold the pieces very well, to be honest with you. All right. There's number 4. Boy, we almost got the base coats on everybody. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We might even be able to finish everything. I don't know. Let's see. Rob, definitely on the Q&A. You do a lot of Q&As in these and playthroughs. I've nearly done painting my SOB stuff. You just gotta do Bala tomorrow and I'm done. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. I got him over there. What are we gonna do with him? What are we gonna do with that guy? I was gonna save him for another thing of board game breakfast, but the heck with it. I just might do him anyways. Excuse me, guys. Oh, excuse me. All right. No rush. We know that you're super busy. No, I'm all right. I just got busy at one day. What would you say the detail on the the brimstone minis are? They're not very good. These are not top of the line minis, but you know something? They are very thematic, if that's a word to describe these guys. They fit in perfectly. I was disappointed with just the minis, But when you put them into the game, you don't even, it's really just, I can't explain it. They just fit. So they do the job. Let's put it that way. All right, let's get this guy. We're going to put the same color upon him. Get a little more water here. Shake this up. Andromeda X1. Did you use any green stuff for the joints and seams? I'm debating if I want to get into that part of the hobby. Uh, I I am going to do a whole thing on Board Game Breakfast on that next week. Yeah, you're going to have to definitely use some green stuff. You are definitely going to have to use some green stuff. That is a definite. All right. All right, let's just get this in here real good. There we go. That double head thing that he's got going on. His jaw. Hello, Mr. Orange. Just dropped by before heading home from work. Nice tentacles you have there. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks, I appreciate that. I did it for the base set, but I felt it wasn't worth it in the end, especially since my paint skills are horrible. Nah, it probably fit and it did very well. So nobody's paint skills are horrible. All you gotta just learn is a couple tricks, and that's all it takes. It just takes time. Anybody can paint. That is my motto always. Anybody can make art. It's just your version of art. You don't let anybody deter. You don't look at some of these sites and these guys go, hey, why don't you pay for my living? Well, you know something? I want to comment a little bit on that since I've got you guys all here. I've been talking. I talked the other day with Nick from Board Game Brawl. Actually, I wrote him a letter because I felt very bad. He's been having a real rough go at the start of this year, both with his personal life and just all in all. And I just told him to keep his chin up and everything. And he's a very, very nice guy. And I started thinking, here's a guy that does use that patron thing or whatever the heck that is. And I'm thinking with all the bad luck that he had with his car and everything like that, and then he gets and he's trying so hard to make an extra buck that, I should change my stance a little bit on that. There are certain people that do this kind of stuff, and you should, if you enjoy their stuff, pay and enjoy it, and help them out because it helps them keep putting out content. Some people really do need it. And that's a guy that, I think, he really likes doing what he does. He puts a lot of passion into it. He's just a good guy. Talking to him a bit, and he was very, very kind and returned my letter, which was very nice of him. So, I understand. Now, there's other painters out there that have a pay-per-view painting channel, which I just think, yeah, you're very good. There's no doubt about it. But I think you're just ridiculous. I think that's a ripoff. The best thing you could do is teach people. Teach people. I would like to retire and just do this. I would love to be able to make an income and just do this. But it's not fair to you guys either. Some of these guys put out one video a month, one video a week, and go, well, here, support my channel. Click here. I don't know. I'm not going to get too much a tirade of that, but my point is that I think there's just some circumstances where people deserve for you guys to help fund them. And Nick's one of them. I hope the guy makes $1 million because you see how much he loves gaming and how much he puts into it, and that's a difference. Doing something and getting paid for something you love than just trying to do something to make a quick buck at. Hell, I'll never make money off this. Okay, let's see. Let me answer some questions here. That's what I'm thinking too. My painting skills aren't worth doing it. Don't be too harsh on your own painting skills. Just enjoy the fact that they're painted. Exactly. It's really cool of you to do this. First time joining. You do this every Wednesday? Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere there. Either here or the Dice Tower. Well, actually, I'm more than horrible. I'm mostly just super lazy. Prime, base, wash, next. There's nothing wrong with that. I love Nick. I'm glad you reached out to him. He's a really good guy who loves the hobby. Exactly, Joe. Very true. Looking at other people's models should only make the viewer think of new things to try, even master, and can learn new techniques and effects. I agree, but sometimes it can be intimidating for people, and that's hard, especially for a beginner. One of the things I try to do is try to make things not intimidating. Because number one, I'm not that great of a painter. There you go. Looking at other people's models shouldn't. Okay, we read that. I agree, Tony. Rob is here to inspire people to have a go at painting, and it works. Thanks, Pete. That's the thing, inspire people. I think you need to inspire people. It doesn't matter your skill level, but if you slow things down enough and you take the time to go, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do. This is going to be tough. This part's going to be easy. And show every trick of the trade. Don't just cut away and then do things and then come back and, make it look and people get lost. A lot of people get lost on a lot of painting videos. Oh, God. All right, so we have just about everybody base coated except for these guys because they're just kind of ticking me off. What do I want to do? Okay, you guys go over there. You guys go in the opposite corner. Go underneath the camera. Don't come out until I call you. What are we going to do with these guys? What should I do? Well, I think I have a bit of an idea. It may not be a good one, but I think I'm going to go with it. Let's just take a look here. Nick, as in Board Game Brawl. Correct. I like Nick more in your face views. There's room for everybody. I agree. I have to agree with that. There is room for everybody. I don't worry about things like that. I mean, I really like the guy. I enjoy some of his stuff. I think he's gotten jobbed somehow. I don't know. I can't answer any questions on a lot of this, but I know he's going through a tough time. I just want the guy to be happy, and that's the most important thing because he is a good guy, and I enjoy a lot of the things that he does. So I'm looking at these cards. I'm sorry, I'm off camera for a second. Okay. I say. All right, we're not doing those. Oh, here we go. I'd almost say it's a corn red. All right, before that, maybe we should. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We're here, right? Corn red. Let's see how they go on there. Yeah, that might do it. We'll just smother it on this guy. Make a little area here. There we go. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got an idea now. It's in my head now. It's in my head now. Sometimes you just got, see, these were the only guys I didn't come up with a game plan for. But I got it now. I got it now. Not bad. 1 hour. We've already got the second coat on one thing. We're not doing badly. We're making pretty good time. Just think about this. Almost the entire box of Shadows of Brimstone. And we've almost got all of it base coated, plus expansions. Plus, I've already got all that other stuff already painted. I don't know if you guys saw that video where we did the Cthulhu guy, who in his own right is just a bad bro. That's all I have to say. All right. There we go. And we're getting there. Holy cow. There we go. I get a little bit of his tailbone there. All right. Yeah, I think that's the color I like. And then we're going to put a red wash over it. Really kind of darken it up a bit. And then I might play with it a little bit. I don't know. Haven't made up my mind yet. But you go over there. Shake that up a bit. Get a little bit more. Get a little bit more. And there's a reason that we're going to do this red first. Oops, oops, come here. Whoa. All right. There we go. And just really get that in there. Really use that brush. There we go. All right. Let's see. See you guys next time. Bye, Jam. Take it easy, Jam. Slashers are pretty nasty in the game. Yeah, I really want to see how these guys play out. But we got to work our way there. I think we're going to try to do as much of City of Ancients first. Oh, I got to do the gates too. Damn. I left those in the other room. I'll do those later. I bought the gates. You gotta have the gates so you can go through another realm. It's no fun unless you have the gates. All right, there we go. Now let's get behind there. Yeah, you can tell this guy's put together pretty easily. All right, one more guy. One more guy. Do. Meanwhile, everybody else is drying, which is cool. That's what we need. We need people dry. See, that's the key. You don't just, you got to try to kind of paint as much as you can, but make sure that you get as much as you can done. Never sit still, you know? Don't say, okay, well, this isn't dry, so I think I'll just wait. I'll go get something. I mean, it's okay to do that, but I mean, if you want to get things done, always keep that paintbrush moving. Once you get flow, you must go with the flow. Let's see. Rob, have you ever considered getting an airbrush set? I do. I have a great one. Would you like thoughts on them, as I'm a bit curious about that direction? I airbrush a real lot, believe it or not. I just don't airbrush on air because it's impossible. First of all, I have a compressor, and to try to talk over that would just be virtually impossible. Um, my wife got me a beautiful, beautiful setup. I like it. It's Badger. Um, I use it quite a bit. Sometimes I'll use it just to prime stuff, or I did it with my Drop Zone Commander where I highlighted, um, oh God, I forgot what they're called, the aliens there, the ones that took over the Earth. Boy, I'm just not good with names today. Drop Zone Commander is a cool game. I tried to get a hold of them to see if they can give me some direction on because I have all the old stuff, and I guess they have new rules out for it, so I'm going to have to go and find where I can get those and take care of that. There you go. All right. Let's see here. There. Oh boy. All right. Cool. We're almost done with this, which is great. Because when this dries, I got an idea that I would like to do with this feller. Oh, am I off camera? Of course I am. Awesome. Completely off camera. Hi, Rob. Watching from work. Hey, Ryan. So I'll just probably on and off. I have the hardest time painting with reds. Yeah, they are hard. Okay, you got to mix it up pretty much designed to be. By the way, I see you don't use a stand to prop your figures when painting. No, I don't like to. I've got these old Arkham paint containers. I use blue tack. Yeah, sometimes that works. For some reason, I just enjoy holding it more. So you only bring out the airbrush for models you want to be more artistic on? Sometimes, and also I I use it off air when I'm quickly trying to do things. When I have a lot of the same color of things, or I'm doing a lot of big armies. Um, the reason being is number one, I use it off air because it's just too noisy. I mean, you couldn't tape and talk over it. I don't think I have the sound system for it yet, but I'll get there. I will get there. Okay. All right. All right. Perfect. So we're painting with red. You know what that means? We've got stuff that we can paint with red. So why don't we do that now? First of all, we'll put the big brush away. Since we have the corn red out, let's put this paint back. Let's just keep going with the red since we have it out. So we don't have to take it out again. Let's take, yeah, we can use that. And, okay. Yeah, because I kind of want to get a red feel for those. So, you, my friends. let's just get in there and get that going. Now, this isn't going to stay red. We're going to go over it with a very highlighted pink. So we have a different, we're going to dry brush actually over this. Okay. All right. There's one. There is two. Mm, still got a lot of highlights to do on this guy. All right, there's two. There's three. Come on, don't take up all the spotlight. I don't know. If I don't get a lot done tonight, I might be back here tomorrow. I might just tape that. Oh, we'll see. All right, there's two. Well, everybody's talked about this game, and I put it off, and then I finally do it, and now it seems like that's all I'm doing is doing stuff with this game. This game's a laugh riot, to be honest with you. The best is Janice when she starts panicking. Oh my God, there's so much pressure. I've got to hit. I've got to get us out of it. Like she's going to save us all. That may be the funniest part. Okay, Janice. All right, go ahead, roll. Oh, I failed. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, you gotta love those kids. They're good kids, all of them. All right, two more. Okay, so you bring out the best glow effects I've seen are done with airbrushes. Yes, very true. You would either have to do and use a long hose, which I have, or record narrative if you're done. Yeah, and I'm not that advanced. Listen, I'm an old guy. You know, I'm in my mid 50s and I have no idea how to work half this technology. You're lucky you get two cameras now. That's only because I've had to study and hurt my brain doing it. I'm not very technology, very savvy technology-wise. So doing narrative, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I was lucky I was able to talk Tina in to show me how to put music on. So that was a big move forward. All right, here we go. There's five. Five. Oh, 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 oh. Eventually I'll learn how to do all that stuff. But again, I just do this for fun. I can't, I can only do so much. And I'm thankful for all you guys watching. I mean, we've got a nice little community building here, and we're trying to do it and just get better with it. And I'm learning. I'm forcing myself to learn. There we go. So we took care of all that. Let's see, while we got the red out, is there anything else that we need to do? See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, maybe. No. 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 Okay, great. No. No. All right, great. So, now, let's clean off this brush. At Andro, I started doing that, found myself too lazy to keep doing that step. You would either have to, okay, since I have no time or place to put figures together, do you feel it would be better to spend more for a pre-assembled Shadows of Brimstone or go with something like Descent? I'm telling you right now, Shadow Shadows is 100%, 100 times better than Descent, at least from what I can tell. LOL, Rob, loving whatever you do and however you do it. I've got to get, I got to get a little more savvy technology wise. If you ever do a real bad job like brush lines or glop paint, how do you fix it? Just paint over it? If I see I do it right away, I'll take some water and wash the paint into the model and then just go over and redo it. I'll try to wash the paint off the model. I'll just take my brush, put some water on it, and just try to get it off as much as I possibly can by brushing with a clean brush. Tony thinks it's a real science saver. Better than Descent 1? Yep, better than Descent 1. That's my opinion. I actually like this game so much better than a lot of games. It is close. If it was a Dungeons and Dragon game, I think it would overtake Warhammer Quest as the greatest game of all time in my mind. Okay, so I got that. I got that. I did that. I did that. Well, hey. Screaming Skull. What do we do with this guy? What am I gonna do with this guy? I wonder. Maybe I'll do this. That sounds like a pretty good idea. What are you doing, Tam? Okay. Queen Tammy making an appearance. Not really, but she is out in the garage here in the studio looking for something. That means normally that she's up to no good. And she left quite quickly. So now I really know she's up to no good. All right. Let's take a little of this. Get a little water there. And we are going to go to town with some Ushabi Bone on our boy here. It's going to need 2 coats. That is a definite there. Yeah. See, this is a guy I would airbrush. This is definitely an airbrush guy. This fella definitely needs to be airbrushed. But because he's going to get the treatment, meaning, ooh, nice even strokes go a long way. They go a long way. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot. There we go. All right. Yeah, this dude is huge. The Harbinger's pretty badass. Dungeon Saga better than Dungeon Saga? Boy. You know, I almost say yes. I almost say yes. I don't know. I really, that one I got to think about. I got to play Dungeon Saga more. That's what I really need to do. I mean, we had fun with it, but I think we just stopped playing it. This we have not stopped playing. My goodness, big boy. Holy cow. I thought the other model was big. This thing is monster. Woof. All right. Hmm. You know I'm going to wash this guy with. See, this would have been perfect for an airbrush, this guy. But I really wanted to paint him on air. And just show you what I go through. Or how I go about it. Really spreading that paint out. Oh man, he is ugly. That is an ugly dude. Alright, there. And this came in the base box. So, you know, it's worth shelling out the coinage for this fella. And just this model alone. I'm very forgiving to this. First of all, I'll tell you what this game did for me. It made me want to see what else Flying Frog did. Because before this, I don't think I've done too much with them. And I really want to take a look at some more of their games. I mean, if this is the kind of quality of game that they're going to put out, well, they've just become my friends. That's all I have to say. Hello, Flying Frog. Of course, they don't even know who the hell I am. There we go. All right. And there we go. All right, that's not bad for a first coat. And just give me a second. I'll take a look at the questions. I was so busy concentrating on this. If there are any questions, I will answer them shortly. Oh my goodness, this is a big boy. I did that pretty quickly, I gotta admit. With very few misses. I'm not worried about the horns there, because they're actually going to be a totally different color. So, just make sure we got everything here. Oh, I didn't get the side of your head. Don't you try to get by me. Whew. Well, let's put him back where he was. He's got his own drying area. Bonk. There you go. Wow, that's a big dude. What pressure do you like to use for airbrush and Citadel base paints? Pressure. I thinned them down really, really thin. As a matter of fact, I won't even use Citadels in an airbrush. Sorry if you already covered this, but how do you feel about the quality of some of the expansion models over the core set? The expansions are 100% better. Well, now you got me deaf to buy SOB. Thanks, Rob. Hey, that's what I do. Rob, before you cut off tonight, could you pull out some of your airbrush stuff or start off the next video with a quick look? Probably next video because it's kind of hard to get to it right now. Uh, the models you have done before with the airbrush, I mean. Yeah, those are even harder to get at. Flying Frog makes pretty fun games. Dice Fest all around. Last Night on Earth is pretty great, but you really have to love the 80s and 90s zombie movie feel. Ooh, Victoria might like that. That really might be up that girl's alley. All right. Last Night on Earth, huh? Well, if it's that good, I might just have to go do it. All right, this one, get in there. All right, so now, what time is it? Okay, so now we can really start working on some of these guys. So we're doing pretty good, though, I have to admit. All right, let's get this. All right, this is all nice and dry. Now, look. Hold on. Let me pull up the other feed so I can see it. A Touch of Evil is all right, very much like Arkham Horror, but with a gothic horror feel. Oh, okay. I'll have to try that out. All right. See this guy? Some would say, hey, that's pretty good so far. I like it. Not me. Not me. No. We've got to go a little bit on the light side here. So here's what we're going to do. We got our wash on there. We got our lead belcher underneath. Okay. Now what we want to do is, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. If Indiana Jones is your thing, I'd recommend a big box game of Fortune and Glory. Fortune and Glory has some good ideas, but it's a bit of a slog. I parted with this one. Well, if you don't think it's good, then I'm not going to think it's good. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to get my medium brush here. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this guy here. Okay, he's a little thicker. And then we're going to get this out, and I got Rune Fang Steel. So we're going to shake that up real good. There we go. Shake it up a little bit more. Okay, I am going to get some on this brush. And I am going to wipe it off. Grab the bottom here. Still got a little bit too much on here. But very, very lightly. Like I'm painting a flower petal. Okay? That's how light I want to go. I'm just going to go over the top. Watch where you're going to see this. You see on his body how it starts to come out? We can actually take some right off there. Look at that. Same thing. Just like painting a flower petal. If you, on a non-windy day. I know that sounds silly and a little goofy, but it's the best way I can explain it. If I had to paint a flower petal, I'd just go so light on it and drop the model. That's key. Yeah, he's alright. He's tough. Can you imagine if he got wrecked there? First of all, if he got wrecked there, I wouldn't play with him. Because this guy's supposed to be tough. You're supposed to be able to drop this guy. Now you see what I'm getting here? That has a good metallic feel to it now, with a dark undertone to it. And you see what I'm doing here? Subscribed. I'll have to check up on the rest of the SOB videos. Good job. Well, thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for coming aboard. We always like having new people join the community. All right. Look what we're doing here. See what I'm getting here? See how balanced he looks now? That that's what we're trying to achieve here. Now look at the back. That's a train wreck. Look at the front. That's balanced. That's a good balance of metallic. All right, so let's do that again. What do you think? We're getting somewhere now. We're making things happen. We're making things happen. We all get to do it together. And it's not that hard. I mean, this guy is very, very easy. And this is a great guy to try some new things on. If you don't feel you have confidence, get yourself models that you can think you can build confidence with and practice with. All right, so again, look, I'm going to try to give you guys a long shot. You see how light I have my hand? I'm just barely touching this model. I'm just barely touching this model. I'm tickling it. I'm surprised the thing isn't laughing. Look at that. And you're just getting those high spots and really just taking and going over that lead belcher enough so you got a double shade of a metallic in there. And just make sure that you get some of those high points on the inside there. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And we'll come back front here. All right. You get a little rough on the hands. That's okay. We're not worried about that. We're getting the inside of his hands. Boom. That's what I'm talking about, gentlemen. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And it's simple, and it was fun. And there we go. We just put that right down there. We're going to let that dry for a minute or two while we got our big brush out. I actually should wash a bunch of this stuff, but maybe I'll just dry brush it instead. 1, 2, 3, 15 of another, huh? All right, well, let's give it a shot here. Let's take some of this Fenris gray. All right, we're gonna take this beastie and we're gonna wash it off really, really good. And then we're gonna put it away. Then we're gonna come over and let's get the brush that we've been using all pretty much day. Once I get a brush, I really, really get into a zone with it, which is kind of surprising. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this Fenris gray. We're going to take this big boy, move him out of the way, let him dry. We're very happy with how he turned out. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to get enough of this on here into the wet area. Dry that off. Move this out of the way. And then we're going to, see, that's too much. It's too much. Always use the bottom of your base if you can, because it's plastic. So now what I want to do is kind of just want to tickle over these guys. Again, just gently, nice and gently. Not too much pressure, but just enough so those suckers get a good feel inside there. And then come very easily on the outside. Very easily on the outside, because we have that darker blue, and all we want to do is just have consistency. And look at that. Look what we just did there. I know I did those on the last video, but there we go. Look at that. All right, so now I have my wet thing here. I can take a little bit more here. I can work it into this wet area. Then I'm going to come outside here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my man here and just, look at that. I'm just tickling that. Don't want to get too much on there. See, I almost feel like there's a little bit too much on there. No, no, there we go. We got it going good now. And then just come outside and turn it, and turn it, and turn it. Just nice and easy. Nothing too strong here. Nothing overpowering. There we go. Another guy done. Now, I wonder how this will look on this purple guy. So I'm going to grab one of these guys because I want him to have kind of that ethereal look. So again, oh, see, that was too strong. See, this is when you make one of those mistakes. It's all right. We can fix it. I don't know if this is working. I got to see it dried. Then again, maybe it is. See, that's why I should have done this first instead of putting the green on that other guy. See, it kind of lightens up that purple a bit. It might work. Let's see how it looks when it dries. And that'll sell it for me. And we'll see with the green over it if that helps it a lot. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think you got to see the whole thing painted to get a good feel for it. I don't know if that'll sell it enough. Are you going to do a live playthrough of this weekend? I'm going to think about it. That's the best I can tell you right now. We're going to think about it. I'm going to talk to the children. If they just want to play, then you know something, we're just going to play. Because they're very, very into this game. Very much so. So, all right, well, we got this guy here. So, let's see if we can get around this. I mean, no matter how you look at it, we're going to have to go over it. Look at that. I'm just very lightly going over it and getting a nice result there. Oh, I think that might work. What do you guys think? Definitely going to have to go over the green again. Went a little heavy here, but I can fix that. I can just put a little wash there. I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? Too much? Too little? Too nothing? Waste of time? Is that a little bit of a bluish gray working in there? I don't know. I've got to go with my own advice and turn that base upside down. There we go. All right, let's try it again. Let's see what we get here. I think we're going places. I think we're going places because you got that purplish kind of bluish ethereal type of thing going on here. I don't know. I've got to paint the other colors on before I make a total decision on that. All right, let's get back to what we were doing here. And that's making these suckers look, well, like suckers. All right. So, oh, that's not going to do it. You guys are giving me some great ideas on touch-ups to do this weekend. Well, we're trying. All right, so not enough, too much. There we go. You could just tell you're going to get a feel for it, and you're just going to be able to feel it. You can feel it in your brush where you don't have to touch that hard, but you can just feather it in there and drop the model like that and make a complete butt of yourself in front of everybody. There you go. There we go. All right, that's another one done. Let's see, we got 3 more. Let's see here. So we got quite a few dry brushes done. We're going to get one model completely done. We're going to be almost done with everything. And we did this all in about an hour and a half, which, if you ask me, I think that's pretty impressive. Oops, 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 I forgot to dry that. Oops. I can fix that. That's when you break out the blue wash. You go, okay, I'll fix you. Another guy. Come over this guy. And you can see by just raking your brush in there a little bit how much just a little bit of that paint will go a long way. There we go. These guys get done pretty quick. Let's see. I think my void saucers turned out great considering how little I worked on them. Well, there you go. That's a great accomplishment. We didn't even do the books on these guys yet. Oh shoot, I had that other color out. I should have done. See, that's where I sometimes make a few mistakes, is that I'll have a color out and I'll go, oh gee, I could have done this or that. I don't do it. Let's see if that works on this guy. All right, not bad on these hellhounds. Boy, oh boy, got the dropsies today. I'll put the brown over it. There we go. All right, that might work on that too. So let's just work this in here. Work this in here. Perfecto. We still got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. But not that bad. Probably a couple hours away. So, what's the next thing that we're going to do? Or the final thing we're going to do, basically. Well, we're going to make sure that we finish at least one guy. And I think that's going to be the big guy. I really don't like that. I like to do something different with him. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find the brightest blue in the sky. May not work. I wonder if I should brass it. Nah, brass would be boring. It's calling for a yellow in there, and I just don't like it. It doesn't look that cool in there. I think a blue would go in there. blue with a white and then a glaze. Maybe. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. You can always paint over it. You can always paint over it. So I'm just going to go in here. Yeah, the blue was a good call, I think. And I always start in the middle where I can kind of control my brush very slowly. If I feel I'm a little shaky, that's okay. There we go. And do the same here. First of all, I hate this brush. Don't be afraid to try and change brushes in the middle. If you don't like something, it's not working for you, change it out. Better than having to do it twice. There we go. Okay. Just take my time. There we go. And then get this here. All right. And then I'll do a little light over it, white over it to bring it out a little bit more. But I think I like that a lot better, to be honest with you. I think the blue looks better than a yellow. It goes good with that silver. All right, there we go. So we'll let that dry. And then we'll just touch that up, and then I'll show you the final product. All right. Well, let's just say we've been at it for a few hours. It's 7:45, and I'm thinking we're pretty good for now. Let me see. Anybody else? You gonna give me some great ideas? I think my void saucers turned out great. Consider how little I worked on them. Hey guys. Well, hello, Match Fixer. How are you, my friend? All right. So that's it for tonight. We put 2 hours in. I think we did a great job. I think we got everything that we needed to get done. I want to thank you guys for coming by. We got a couple things actually finished, or pretty much almost finished. We got a few things that we need to touch up, which we might do tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, actually. It depends what time I get home and get things done and when the kids want to get going. I may just take an hour, come on, and do some things here and get these guys kind of right where we want them. And we'll get ready to play. So I want to thank you all for being here as always. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon.